Each zone committee has a team of staff from ECAN who support them, and amongst those people are some biodiversity officers. Now, the biodiversity officer is charged with asking the zone committee about what its priorities are when it comes to looking after biodiversity in their zone. And each zone committee usually identifies some strategies, some locations, some particular attributes of the biodiversity in their zone that they think are important. They give that to the biodiversity staff member, who then looks around the zone with some input from the zone committee about landowners or locations that they think might be suitable for some immediate steps investment. And then they're charged with putting together a package, a project, and it might be that there's a wetland on a farm somewhere, and that wetland needs fencing off, needs protecting, needs some riparian planting put into it, needs some protection and also some enhancement. They develop that project, they involve the landowner, and they agree on a project that looks like something which is going to be valuable. The biodiversity people then consult with biodiversity experts, ecologists and so on, to give a rating to it, to actually score it as whether it actually meets a whole lot of the key attributes that are required. Once all that's put together, it's taken back to the zone committee. Now, the key thing is they're bringing their professional views. They're not bringing a political view, they're bringing a professional view. And they advise the zone committees on that basis. Then it's totally up to the zone committee about whether they choose to go with that particular project, whether it meets their requirements. They assess it against the communications they're having in their community, the feedback they're getting from the people who live in that community. They make an assessment, and then they make a choice about whether they agree to the project, agree how much money they might give to the project, because there are a number of projects competing for this funding each year. So this is not all done just on money that comes from, from the zone committee. The landowner also has to contribute funding or the time as well. The landowner also has to agree to a contract, because a contract is put in place with the landowner, and a part of that is that the landowner has to commit to maintain the project afterwards as well, because there are many biodiversity projects that get underway with lots of enthusiasm, and people go out there and plant things, but then nobody goes back and looks after them and maintains them. So a part of the immediate steps process is a contract with the landowner where they commit to look after it into the future. So it's a rigorous process. It's built around expertise that might be provided by ECAN, but decision making that's made by the zone committee. It requires really good community engagement. It requires a commitment from the landowner as well. And once all that's put together, then some action takes place and some protection is put in place.